sessions later on today in a few hours. I've got to plan the sessions. 2 different types of groups that I'm working with, both at around the same age, but 2 different types of groups who operate at a different level. Now, I realised, like midway through my morning, that I was excited about the sessions. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if we think about that a lot as coaches. Like, I don't know if we catch ourselves in that moment when you're actually chomping at the bits. You can't wait to just get out there, get your boots on, your cleats, or your training footwear, and people would say, "Oh, get out on the grass," but obviously it's not necessarily grass anymore. But the idea, and I've got a couple of sessions later on, and the pictures forming in my head, the curiosity about where the players will be mentally, psychosocially, and how they'll perform, how they'll understand the sessions. That's what's got me going, and I love that feeling, and I've never really examined that feeling before. You know, that bit of excitement about your session, and there's also a bit of fear that the session's going to be terrible. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't think it really matters how good a coach you think you are. I'm sure there's always an element of, ooh, what was that? Or is this the right sort of session? What concept are we looking at? What was the plan supposed to be for this time of the year? You know, so for example, one of my groups have just finished a tournament at the weekend. So another group have just finished league play. One group, well, both groups were successful, but one group was more successful than we anticipated they'd be. Another group did a really good job, but individually they're probably thinking they weren't successful, but they're wrong. So I think because my groups are so different, in my mind I'm trying to see the session, today's sessions, like I'm trying to see them, I'm trying to think about my interaction with the players, how should I level my interaction? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's overthinking. I think I'm just trying to be conscious. How do I level my basic banter, my casual chat, my focused dialogue with that player, with this unit, with this player? And you don't plan and structure conversation, but I think you just are mindful of it, because you don't know where a player is with how they're feeling. So the psychosocial aspect is immense. Like, where are you feeling? Me, I'm actually happy, but still we've got work to do. You know, some players, if they see you're happy, they might forget we've got work to do. So it's a case of, right, I'm really excited about the session today, but my version of excitement might not be what you think excitement would look like. My version of excitement might be, right, let's go. Someone else's version of excitement might be. So that way of managing the approach to the session and the rest of the year together, I think that's what it's about. It's just trying to be a little bit more conscious. And I was just aware that I was excited about the sessions today for different reasons, but with the same level of excitement. And excitement was really interpreted as task orientated. We've got stuff to do, and now we're clearer, or I'm clearer about the stuff. What does the stuff look like? What is the stuff, Helen? Space. Decision making in the midfield. Building from our goalkeeper, recognising why we play a further pass. I was questioned by someone about the distances between our highest player and our next unit. It's like, that's because maybe, and you know, you just think, right, okay, I have to be aware of how it might be perceived. Why? Because you're going to be asked questions. Some people might not ask you questions, but they're asking questions. What's this? And that showed me, right, firstly, this person looking didn't see the angles of support, and the players didn't show the angles of support. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like the distances were fine, or were they? In that moment that you're looking, in the chaos of a game, maybe the distances weren't fine. And for me, that's where you've got to really do a little recap, a little review of yourself, and then it tells you more about your players. So yeah, I'm excited for training tonight. Those are the reasons why.